Well, here we go, the first bike build of the year, and it is a Scott Spark, and it's in that British racing green with a little bit of a gold sparkle through it. It's absolutely stunning. Let's go and take a look at that Deore group set that we're going to put onto it. Well, here is the build kit all laid out for the new bike. You've got the Shimano Deore 12-speed right there. It looks really, really nice. It looks super aggressive, I think. You've got Fox suspension as always, a finishing kit from Pro. You've got the Tharsis 3.5, the new handlebars in carbon right there. And the wheel set on the bike is going to be from We Are One Composites with Schwalbe tires. Alright, the very first thing I'm going to do on the bike is I'm going to grease up where the headset bearings sit, just a little bit of grease right there on the top, and then down onto the bottom. We'll get the headset bearings fitted, we'll get the fork in, and then we'll actually cut the fork to length, get the bar and stem on, and then we can go about the cable routing. In goes the fork. We will grab into this guy, a couple of spacers, and the stem, and slide that guy on. Going to take a marking on the fork as to where we want to cut it. Yep, we can see that clear enough. Take this stuff out, take the fork back out, cut it, and then we can fit the star-fangled nut. Measure twice, cut once. A little bit of grease around the headset right there. Pop that fork in. There we go, part one. Couple of spacers, get the stem on, and then we have the top cap. Right, so we've got those cables pushed through the frame. The next thing that we're going to go on and do is actually fit the handlebars. So let's take front facing of the stem off. Put that there and get these on. Here we go, let's get that brake lever on, and then we can get that twin lock on at the same time. Slide it on, we can put a grip on, and now we can get the shifter and the other brake lever on, pop the grip on, we can start connecting up the cables. This is a point in the build that I like to always get to. You've got the cockpit fitted, the forks are in place, you've got the cables routed. Now it starts to really come together quite quickly. We're going to get the shock back in, we're going to set up the twin lock, we're then going to go onto the brakes, we're going to get them set up and bled, and then we can get that 12-speed Deore drivetrain fitted. Right, let's get the shock in. Cool. Okay, let's line that bad boy up. Line that to 10 Newton meters. There we go. Shock is fitted onto the brake now. Right, let's get the olivin insert in. Okay, let's fit that front brake now. Got the mount, so we're gonna have a 180 up front, 180 on the rear. Pop that through, line them up. All right, so we can get on to bleeding these brakes now. Get a little bucket in first of all. For whatever reason, and I don't know why, this build seems to be coming together a lot simpler than others have done. I've now got the twin lock, I've got that shock back in there, that's all set up, the brakes have been bled too. The next thing that I'm going to do is actually put the wheels on, drop it out of the stand, we're going to connect up that dropper post, and then all my cabling is done, and all that remains is a drivetrain. And it seems that by doing bigger chunks of jobs at once, it makes the actual whole thing seem a little bit simpler. Don't know why I've never done it like this before, but so far it's working out. Let's get this lined up. Well, while we're here, we might as well fit that saddle. Okay, this is taking it to a new level, quite literally. We loosen this one off, tighten this guy up. Bang on, right in the middle, perfectly level. Okay, let's grease up that bottom bracket, shall both sides. Now for that crankset to go in. Nice. Put a spacer on this side and fit that left-hand crank. There we go. And then let's torque up those crank bolts. Okay, let's tighten these up to 12 Newton meters. Right, let's put that mech on. There we go. Let's connect up that gear cable. Right, here we go. Run through the gears. How are they doing? On the way back up, it could be a little bit quicker. So I think we're just gonna dial in that barrel adjuster, just a couple of clicks, get that cable tension nice. Pretty happy with how that's coming together. Shifting super sweet up and down the gears. Look at that. Nice and responsive, pretty consistent. All right, well, I am very impressed by that 12-speed Deore and how it assembled in the workshop, because shifting is absolutely flawless, almost straight out of the box. Made a couple of adjustments, obviously to get the limit screws adjusted, and then the B tension. The B tension's actually got a marking on the mech where you should adjust it to on the cassette, which is extremely useful, and then just dial in the cable adjuster up at the shifter, and we are good to go. So the final part of the bike that we've got to do is the twin lock for the fork, and then just set up the cockpit, and we're ready to go ride. Stoked that this has come together so easy. Five Newton meters. First bike build of 2020, Scott Spark times that brand new Shimano 12-speed Deore, and I am so happy with how it's turned out. It came together really nicely in the workshop. Brakes easy to work on, gears were really easy to get dialed in, set up and running super smooth. The next thing that we've got to do is take this baby out onto the trails and see how she handles. But guys, before that, give this video a thumb up like, leave your comments and questions down below, turn that bell on so you don't miss another video, and I'll see you out on the trails real soon. And all that we've got to do is some B-roll shots of this bike at sunset.